should be going live. Hello. Hello. It's me again, doing the Rings of Power. Woo! What's up, chat? What's going on? Weekend is upon us. For me, it's even a long weekend. There's a holiday on Monday, so that's nice. One second. So yeah. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I did the only thing that's right to do and watch Rings of Power to make me feel better. That's how that works, right? It's not how that works. Yeah, I watched the Power of the Ringlings, did the things and stuff. I mean, this one didn't have any Harfoots in it again, so that's a plus. They say the best medicine is bitter. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I had some errands to run today, so I'm a bit later than I would like to. I'd like to start a bit earlier on the Fridays, just nicer. Frees me up the evenings to do other things and chill out and stuff. This would finish with everyone dead, so that's good, right? Yeah, I think we're done with Rings of Power now. They should have. Yeah, they're all dead, right? That's good. It makes me feel better because you can say at least I'm not an actor in this horror show. I know, right? Oh, that was gross. Yeah, ran some errands, got my travel visa today. So they actually let me into Longman Land at the end of the year. So that's done so now. That was very exciting, waiting for like 30 minutes until they say, your number is now. It's like, okay, here's the thing. Okay, thanks. I don't know why they just have like a station where you just grab things, you're just there for pickup. Just kind of stupid. Else have fire protection. Sure, let's go with it. Apparently the elves are like super powerful as well. I don't understand their power levels. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. But hey, on the plus side, I bought myself a new nice leather jacket today, so that's cool. I'm ready for the winter to approach. It's nice and warm. So there we go. That's the good part of the day. Yeah, I have like a stomach bug or something. Just like my stomach is like constantly feels inflated or something. It's yeah, you may have a new jacket, but did you get Dr. Pepper? That's what you hear me open just earlier, because I did grab some new Dr. Poopers. Because we can't do a forge without any Dr. Pepper, right? That's just not a thing I'm allowed to do. Let's get off the Hobbits next time, and we can all call the show a success. Yeah! See, that sounds like a good idea. Take some digestive enzymes. Strawberry. Well, I don't have any strawberries here, so... Woo is me. 10 minutes early? Yeah. Fall kicking up in New York? Very well, very well. Yeah. I got my new keyboard, which is kind of nice. Because I've been making myself... So I want a new keyboard, but none of the keyboards I wanted had like the things I wanted. So I just kind of went with like a low-profile Sharkoon mechanical keyboard. And then I got myself a macro keyboard, which has like a knob on it and 3 buttons, which I would use as media buttons. But all the software they want me to download gets flagged as a virus by Windows or Chrome or Edge. So basically by anything. And I don't know if they're just being like, That's kind of sus. Why do you want to download this weird Chinese software? It's like, I don't know, I need it for my buttons. So yeah, I need to have a little Google and see if those are like actually viruses or just false alarms. Who knows? I don't know. It's just a bit annoying. That just didn't work directly. Hello, Moodle. Hey, Professor. I'm at work, so just listening. Have a good strumble. Thank you for suffering so I don't have to. No worries. No worries. Nora looks up. What is that? Wall of lava. Roll credits. Yeah. Yeah, that end was, that was something. That was something. I don't know. That episode was pretty lame. It's just all fighting, and the fighting is not very good. It was basically all fighting. Focus is completely on the Southlands. We don't have Harfoots. We don't have anything with Elrond or anything. And just kind of mash up time with anything. Because we see those fuckers ride in and it's daytime, but it's still nighttime with the other ones. So they just kind of have to figure out what's going on. You seem to have survived another Rings of Power. Kudos, my man. Hey, thanks. I'm trying. He's going to buy a Linux PC that handles all the media streaming to him but plays on his Windows machine. No, Bezos wanted his Game of Thrones. Not sure he meant season 8. Go, Boodle, give us tales of the cringe. No old man to use magic. Oh, hey, German man, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm a bit under the weather. I just said it earlier. I have like a stomach bug going on. Just a bit of the floopy stomach since last night. So whatever my stomach is currently working on, it's not happy and it's working hard. So I'm just waiting for that to pass over, I guess. But Dr. Pepper got his back. Yeah, Dr. Pepper got my back. That's for sure. Floopy stomachs because there's a tempest in you. See, that makes a lot of sense. There is a tempest in me. Harfoots and Wizard storyline for season 2. Who knows, man? Harfoots basically didn't do anything. They were just like, hey, we found this guy, and now we're migrating. We leave you behind. Nobody walks alone, except when you are. Now we like the guy, but now Nori's like, I'm scared of him. And that's where we left off. So yeah, I don't know. It's lame. I wonder if the show is actually some sort of scam or tax dodge. It's so relentlessly incompetent that it makes me think Springtime for Tolkien, a Max Bialystock production. I don't know what that means, to be honest. My second favorite germ. What's up, Metal? Hello. You know, Rangalangs of Power and stuff. The classic Friday night entertainment for me. Or I guess my Friday night afternoon entertainment, and then your guys' Friday night entertainment. Or whatever time it is for you, because time zones exist. No one walks alone unless you're old, sick, injured, or we just don't like you. Pretty much. Should have left them there. Took their wheels and left them. It's like, Jesus. Jeez. Have any, ranks made an appearance yet? No. Maybe there was some rings on someone's fingers. But yeah, no Rings of Power. No Rings of Power yet. But did you know how awesome Galadriel is? She's so good. She's so cool. But also a psycho. And then she gets melted. This episode is weird, dude. That ending is weird. I'm curious what they're gonna say in the next episode. No rings until season 3. Yay! The Rings of Power soon. I swear. Have watched the producers about German stuff. I have not. I indeed have not. Comes back as Galadriel the White. Maybe that's where the character change comes from that we see in in the trilogy, where she's like super chill. The Cheeto does scene next episode. Hell for some motivation to hate the dark elf that came out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. He's just like, do you remember me? It's like, no, not really. But I guess we never got really any backstory of him. Maybe did some bad stuff or whatever. I mean, maybe he's probably gonna be Sauron in the end. He's gonna become Sauron or something. I don't know. Something is fishy. Something is going up. Something is going on. Oh man, this show. It's just so hard to care about anything in that show. Don't care about the characters. They're so lame. There's not a single character still where I'm like, ooh, I'm excited to see this guy. I want to see what she does. It's like, nah. It's just, oh, look at this guy's doing things. And now this is happening. And now this. And it's like, oh, wow, is this episode almost over, please? And it's like, no, there's 45 minutes left. And then you want to fucking jump out of the window. Some poonie. Well, I said I'm a bit under the weather. I got a bit of the fleams or something. I think after I'm donezo with this stream, I'm probably just gonna take a nice warm blankie and sit on my couch and play some Ratchet and Clank on the old TV. Galadriel isn't so hellbent on revenge as she is most likely just suicidal. Yeah, Corona? I don't think so. I'm having like a stomach bug that just is like, it's wearing me down. Because I'm not like having the sniffles or anything. It's just like constantly like my stomach is like, it's like, now you have a little bit of pain. It's like, no, go away. And it's, okay, I'll be back later. Yeah, he's not sick. He's just watched the Rings of Power. It does things to you. Yeah. Maybe not the best way to chill out. I think we were suggesting you have a Mexican beer. Oh. Oh, no, it's Mootle and Galadriel Abudu. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that's what's going on. I'll say I'll mention it once. I have memberships activated now. So if you would like to support as a member, go right ahead. There's this join button you can click. And then you can choose a tier if you like. If not, that is fine too. But I'll just put it out there for a couple of streams so people know, and then it will just be available, and I will not greatly talk about it anymore. But I think it's worth mentioning because you can miss it, because it's not the channel is not like, hey, you could do this now. They legit tell us like, you should probably tell everyone with all of these options. It's like, it's an option that just shows on the stream. It's like, no, go away. Oh, okay. Member would be so dumb to do that. I don't know, man. Kind of cringe. But yeah, that's what's been happening. How do I use my Prime sub on YouTube? I don't think you can, unfortunately. Dr. Pepper is always good. Galadriel has done 2 suicide actions in 1 season. It's impressive. Wonder if they'll try more next season. It's just gonna be a montage of her trying to kill herself over and over again. It's like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work at some point, I swear. Corona beer is my favorite light beer, actually, with a lime. I think I had Corona beer once and I wasn't a big fan. But that was like years and years ago. Never tried it since. Maybe I like it these days. Who knows? I don't, because I haven't tried it. Oh boy. So yeah. Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna start with Silent Hill 1. Right here on this channel. Spooky month is upon us tomorrow. So it is time to start with the spooky games. So tomorrow will be Silent Hill 1 for the very first time. I never played this game before. But I got an original copy on my PlayStation 1. I'm gonna hook that shit up. And then we're gonna go through that game. I might actually be worth it if I before I stream tomorrow that I try to get to the first saving spot and see if that actually works. But I think only the Alundra thingy was broken for me with the memory cards. Because the memory cards worked fine on Parasite Eve 2, for example. So yeah, I think we should be fine. I might set up like an emergency emulation setup in case something goes wrong, I can just boot up the emulator. Just to be sure. Just to be schnitzel. Alright. Let's jump into that shiz. Oh wait, that was already here. So, we start with a shot of Adar. And he basically just like, I'm gonna bury these seeds in the ground. And then says in his weird elvish phlism, new life in defiance of death. And we get to know later that this is an old elven tradition they do before battle. We get to know that from Arondir later on. And then he speaks to the orcs and he just rallies his troops. It's like, oh, time is now, blah, blah. Nobody gives a shit, let's be honest. It's just whatever. Hey, James, what's up? Might lose your progress, but could backup plan. Yeah. I mean, Southlands 1 is apparently only like 8 hours long, according to how long to beat, so should be fine. So yeah, they're all the orky boys are all very excited. It's very excited, and they're like, yeah, our time is now. And then they march into the settlement, but no one is there. What? Are they're up to some shenanigans, I'm sure. That can't be right. They just left. And then we see that Arondir is like next to the tower somewhere on top looking at them. It's like, oh, there they are. And they search it, and then he's like hiding on top of the thing, as I just said. And then some orc was like, they're just all scattered about. They all left. And Adar says, no, I can smell that the elf is in here. And he also sees that Sauron sign on the wall that they uncovered. So last episode, I think it was? Yeah, I think it was last episode when they was like, ooh, this is doing the thing. And he's like, oh, I smell that the elf is here. So remember how I like kind of jokingly said last stream when we were looking up the tower? And I was like, man, they're not planning to yeet that tower on them, right? Well, that is exactly what happens. So I don't know what they did, if they prepared it, or if this is just how they built this tower. But as you can see here, so you can see this is the arrow that he shot, and it goes into this thing. It burns the rope. VLC is shitting itself because that VLC likes to do that. And yeah, it burns up, and then apparently this is a single point of failure, because looks like there's similar things here and here that he's been shooting. So I guess this was the support structure for this whole tower that has been here for a long time, I guess. And yeah, this is enough to break all of them. And yeah. Where's my copyright boy? There we go. A Jenga tower. Yeah, it's a Jenga tower. So yeah, even if I don't know if they prepared something there or not, but it's really weird because that would mean they must have loosened up the tower somehow. And now breaking this off breaks everything enough to do something. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't understand this tower's structure. Then he kicks something down and he locks the door in front of them so they can't get out. And this tower just absolutely wrecks everyone here. Except Adar, obviously. He's in here, but he's fine. But run up caused the entire tower to collapse. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very sturdy tower. So yeah, that thing collapses. And yeah, you can see it down here. It also breaks things up so hardcore. It just fucks up basically everyone. There's a bridge now. Oh, that bridge has been there this whole time. That's fine. That's fine. We've seen that bridge before. So yeah. They have beaten the orcs with that. And they're like all down in the valley at the at that village they were living in before. And they're all like, "Yay, we did it. We beat the orcs for now. Woohoo. Good times." Also, yeah, I don't remember how they mentioned how they got here. Because these guys came up like that path that goes like left, right, all the way up. So I guess they must have left over the bridge? Wait, but didn't they... Hang on. See, now... I need to stop thinking about this. This is probably a waste of time. So they arrive... No, they arrive from the bottom. So I guess they left through the bridge and then made their way down their way downstairs to the village, I guess. Unseen as well. Yeah, I was just kind of confused how that happened, but yeah. Also, Arondir just kind of jumps off the side and just goes down to the village. He's just back there now. Ooh. So yeah, that's that part. Yeah, everyone cheers. They say, "We have little time. We need to make ready the village." So their plan now is, we got some time. We're gonna prepare some trapperoonies to face the orcs the next night or something. Then we go back to... go back. We haven't been here yet in this episode. We go to the... Oh, damn my stomach. We go to the ships, where we see Isildur doing his sweeping duties, if you will. Getting close to land, and Isildur does... I said that already. And he goes up to deck, and because he wants to see the land as soon as possible, talks to Galadriel for a bit, and they have like a talk where she asks his rank, and he says, I'm doing the sweeping stables and stuff. And it's like, what's your name? I haven't seen you before. It's like, it's Isildur. And she's like, I should have guessed. You look like your father. And also, you shouldn't be ashamed of having a low rank or something. Then they mention her good eyes because she's an elf. And Isildur says normally people say he looks more like his mother. Then Captain Elendil arrives. Isildur fucks off to his duties. And for some reason, I don't know if there was like something going on with the mother talk, but she's like, what happened to his mother? And then he starts talking some bullshit about how, even though we're sailing towards dawn, it feels like we're riding towards darkness or sundown or something. As like, something bad's gonna happen, as the idea they want to tell you. I don't know. It just felt... It's just one of those things where someone asks a question and they go on like a tangent for like 20 seconds. And then he says, well, his mother drowned. And, well, yeah, the sea is always right, I guess. And I don't know why Galadriel cares. I do not know. She just asks. I don't know if I missed something in another episode, but yeah. Yeah, it's funny that Gogor is here because I wrote that down. And a little bit later, I saw it on Twitter that Gogor posted it as a meme. Which works way better as a meme. It's a good meme. Caesar replied, and every death is justified. Exactly. Then Elendil goes to the queen and says, we're almost there. I need 1 day of sailing into the thing and 1 day of riding on horseback, and then we're there. Then we go back to the village. Arondir is trying to destroy the hilt with a hammer, but fails. And for the dumbasses in the back, Bronwyn comes up to him and he says, it is beyond our skill to destroy. And it's like, fuck me, they really think their audience is retarded. Unbelievable. I just saw the hammer break while he tried to destroy it. It's fine. You don't need to tell me a second time. Just stop it. Please, stop. And Arondir hides the thing and tells no one, not even Bronwyn, supposed to know where he hides it. But Theo sees him walking off, so he might have peeked where he put it, which he totally did. And as we see later. And then they ready themselves to defend the village. They're barricading the hole. The orcs came through in the beginning and preparing some cards so it can be lit on fire with like probably like a tar or something. And their plan is basically we need to wait for them all to get over the bridge, and then we can spring our attack as soon as that happens. Which is interesting to think because there could be a lot of these enemies, and there could be way more than they have accounted for. But I guess that's their plan now, because they have no clue how many enemies are coming. But all right, we will see. Theo goes in the tavern. Is supposed to go into the tavern where all the people that cannot fight go, and he's like, I can find. Like they do this whole thing where it's like, but mom, I can fight. I'm a big boy. And she says like, yeah, I know you can fight. That's why I need you to protect the people in there who can't fight. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. And then Theo goes, oh, can you tell me the thing that you told me when you helped me in the dark back in the day when I was little? And it's just a saying that basically goes like, the darkness will pass, don't lose hope, and will be over quickly. And if you look for the light, the darkness cannot find you. I don't care. I just don't care about these characters. It's so hard to stay focused with this. As you can already see, there's not a lot to talk about. We're just preparing, and they say the things they feel like, as always. God, it's bizarre that She-Hulk is so much more interesting to talk about than this. And She-Hulk is a quarter of the length of the episode. Oh, God. I want to compensate for this damage you've given us. Hey, you don't even need to watch the full episode. I'm here for you to do that. Don't forget the amazing bridge that's going to force them through it over the teeny tiny river. Yeah, that's true. They could just not go over there. It was like a huge army. They can just go for this tiny river. Go to get her to say a thing. Yeah, is it? It's just stupid, more condensed. I still want compensation. No. Darkness Shall Pass seems to be stolen from Sam. Ah, very good. The amount you can talk about Hot D with Rings of Power is staggering. Yeah, I heard that from Mutually. I might watch Hot D as well as Edge Runners when the sludge is over for a palate cleanser. Maybe do a forge on Edge Runners or something. Oh, I hope now you're fucked. Give it to me. You probably won't even see me online after I'm done with this. I wanna sleep. Then Arondir and Bronwyn hang out and they talk about if they're are you ready? And she says, no, I'm not. How about you? And then he talks some shenanigans about gardens and those Alfirian seeds. It's like, here, plant these Alfirian seeds. This is elven tradition. So this is where we figure that out, what I mentioned earlier. It cast into the darkness square. Oh no. So yeah, these Alfirian seeds is like an elven tradition. They plant some before battle. So There's some new trees growing even after this. Shame everything is getting crushed by a volcano. He tells her how she wants to be with her and Theo after this battle is over. And then they finally kiss. Yay! Oh, they gave me so much to care about this. They didn't. It's like, I feel like this is this big payoff, but we barely got anything. We had the very first scene with them, that was like, oh, I guess they're gonna be a thing. But then they just kind of stopped caring about each other. They didn't show us any reactions to Arondir being gone for X amount of time, to be slaving away in that tunnel. And then she just becomes the leader of that village for some reason. Yeah. And it's just I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. But now it is nightfall. And I think we have like a minute-long scene where they just look and wait for the orcs to arrive. And they're like, oh, they're here. And then they arrive at the village and they all go this teeny tiny bridge. And the plan is here. Let all the baddies pass over the bridge. And then Bronwyn can light the carriage with a torch and some flintstone. So they have a torch. They use flintstone to get it on. But it doesn't work because we need some drama. Some drama. And yeah, it just doesn't work. And then one of the orcs gets to them. And it's like, oh no, what is gonna happen? So the orc kills the one lady that's with her, like immediately, just slits her throat. And then Bronwyn just fucks up the orc. And takes the torch and lights the thing on fire and releases it. So these orcs suck at fighting. Okay, chat, remind me. Was there ever a mention of her being like trained in fighting like at all? Because I don't think that was a thing, right? Like, I feel it feels like I should have missed something, but I think she held her own against 2 orcs now. And was doing pretty well. I mean, you can't destroy the bridge with a single rope? No, not that one. Just put a rope around it and shoot it. So yeah, that orc that is basically bred for fighting can't do anything against her. So yeah, she releases that cart on fire, it goes down. And one of the orcs is like, they missed us, those idiots. But then a second cart comes crashing in, and they're now encircled by fire. Oh no. Whatever shall they do? And yeah, they position themselves on roofs and shit, and they shoot arrows into the masses and kill a bunch of them. But at some point, someone just kicks something over, and they just get out of the fire circle. Oh man, now the fucking Arondir fighting scene happens. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, the townsfolk is just kind of stabbing the orcs to death. Or the baddies, rather. So yeah, the orcs kind of suck, to be honest. Even though, to be fair, later on, again a little bit, they make like this big deal. It's like, oh no, those are like our people as well we've been fighting. We make like a big deal out of, and I was just like, yeah, I thought it was the point, but we'll get there. So Arondir, positioned on the roof, gets ambushed by 2 orcs. The other guy with him gets killed, but he makes pretty quick work of the 2 orc boys that make him fall down. And he then gets attacked by a bigger orky, uruki, whatever that is here to fight him with his bare hands. Oh no, the arrow dodge scene is after this. That's gonna happen still. Stab, twist, gut. That's how you kill an orc. Yeah. So here's a funny thing that I think the way they did it is kind of weird. So they kind of yank Arondir down. So they fall down, and as you can see here, he's he still has like his blade, right? This is his sword. I'm not mistaken. This is not like his arrow thingy. No, because the arrows were stuck in here. So this is clear. No, this is his blade, right? I just want to make sure I got this right. Because they either want us to think that blade is gone when he gets on the floor and it fell off, or they just forgot to get rid of his sword and just made it disappear. So, because you can see here, go like bleep, 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 like blah, 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 blah. No, I think that's pretty clearly his sword right there. So yeah, he falls down. Boom. So why I think they forgot that this happened is the camera goes behind this orc, basically covers the whole screen, and then he gets up. Oh, VLC is not cooperating, and it's gone. The sword is gone. He just doesn't have it anymore. There's something on the floor that could either be the sword or a piece of wood. I'm not 100%. Neko VLC was oh no, wait, I was watching it on Amazon, obviously. So that's why I didn't have the tisms like this. I'm just gonna try to find the frame for this, because it looks really awkward. It looks like there's something on the floor that could either be just a piece of wood or his sword. I think it is his sword. Look at this. See this thing down here? I think this might be his sword. I'm just confused because the sword was like very neatly attached to him, you know? So he flailed around and everything, and it didn't bulge, but as soon as he hit the ground, it's just kind of lies there. Even if it's just a piece of wood, it's still a better weapon than his bare hands. Yeah. Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, he kills those two guys, stabs the one guy with his own sword, and just lets him fall down with it because for some reason he thinks he's in the clear, even though there's like a big attack happening. And he gets to fight with Big Boy Orc, who for some reason he just does not have a single fucking weapon. It's not like he's a troll or anything. He's just a bigger orc. Look at him. He's just in here with his bare hands. Why? Would have been way cooler if they would give him like a battle axe or something. That would be sick. But he's just here as the bulky, punchy boy for some reason. It's just funny because he has like this full armor, this full orc armor on. But it doesn't have a. It just doesn't have a. Doesn't have a weapon at all. It's fucking weird. It's Joff. Orc Zerkers don't need no weapons. He's the grappler class. He's Baki, the orc grappler. So yeah. So he fights the big boy hand to hand, and Arendelle just does like kicks and stuff, and he like blocks the attack and deflects them. And he does like these. Oh god, he does like a cringe flip. Hang on. Look at this. Like, I don't know why they keep doing this with the elves. It's like, they're light and stuff, so they need to do like, whoa, 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 whoa. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. It's so dumb. So yeah, that's happening. Where was I? So he does flips and he does like a sweeping flip kick something, and he blocks the attacks from the big boy. I was like, honestly, I don't know what elf strength is supposed to be in this show. Because I've never seen one fight hand to hand like this, and they seem to be strong as shit as well, and super fucking durable. Because Arondir gets like yeeted into walls and stuff and keeps getting up. But yeah, I don't know. The power levels are a bit of a mystery to me. At some point, he picks up a piece of wood and stabs him in the foot and the knee, and then puts it in his eye and tries to choke him out. And then we get like a 35-second long scene where he gets the piece of wood out of his eye and just kind of goops all over Arondir the whole time. And then after like 35 seconds, Bronwyn arrives and stabs the big orc in the neck, and he's dead. And then everyone starts cheering, and it's like, "Yay, we did it! Whoa!" And then they realize, "Oh no, there's like actual blood on this person. What is going on?" And yeah, they've been fighting their own to some degree, because there were a lot of orcs here as well, obviously. And I don't know if this is just me. Why are they surprised by this? I always thought the idea was join him or get fucked. So why would they think joining him would just make them be able to chill around? They just become part of his army. Like, me personally, I thought that was the whole point. It's like, you join his army or you get fucked. And they make like this really big thing. I was like, oh no, we have to fight. Oh, we fought our own. Oh, that's sad. And I was like, I don't know. Whatever. I thought it was the whole point. The whole separation and everything. So yeah, whatever. So yeah, they make it very clear that the audience understand what is happening, because they do like 6 face reveals in case you didn't understand after the blood and the first face reveal and the second and third. And then one of the orcs like, did you think we just fight you head on? And then the real army arrives. What? And they there's like arrows everywhere, and they get shot to shit. And it's like slow-mo and sad music. It's like, oh no. And they go into the tavern. And even Bronwyn gets hit. She gets hit like in the shoulder area. And it's like, no, not Bronwyn, your favorite character of the show. I really don't want her to die, right? Right? So yeah. They all go into the tavern. And they stop the bleeding of her with those weird-ass seats again, and fire closing the wound, just cauterizing the wound. And Theo wants to help his mother, and she's like, no, help the other guy, and turns around, this guy is already dead. And yeah, while this is happening, the orcs just wait that just attacked. I don't know why they just stopped. And as soon as they are done with their bleeding scene, they crash into the door. You could have easily made the scene much more tense by just making the orcs trying to crash the door. You just hear the thuds and everything, but no, it's just complete silence. And right after, you go like, oogly boogly boogly. Oh yeah, and they try to bait you. It's like, oh no, she died right after we cauterized the wounds. I was like, you don't have the balls to do that. She's gonna be fine. And then after like 30 seconds, like, oh god, and yeah, and then she's just fine. She's fine. Yeah, the orcs get in pretty easily, overwhelm all of them, and take a lot of them hostage. Adar wants the hilt. But Arondir doesn't give it to him, knowing full well it would be way too dangerous to give it to him. What an heroic effort. Crazy. Also, in between, we cut into to the Numenor people riding to the place. And so yeah, he wants the hilt. Aaron doesn't give it to him, but knowing full well would be too dangerous, as I just said. But as I suspected, Theo saw him hide it exactly where. And so if you expect this thing to be like this super dangerous flim-flam MacGuffin, so he hid it under the tavern, under a plate of stone. Why don't you hide it somewhere farther away from this place? You had like this whole day to get it away, an hour from here, and then put it into like a fucking hole or something. Why don't you hide it in your literal keep? What a stupid place to hide. So in the case someone followed you and saw where you hid it, you still have to walk them there for an hour. So why would you hide it here? Stupid. Because now he just gets it. So yeah. Yeah, so Theo just gives it to him. And yeah. He gives Wardrek a mission, which is going to be important later. And then we go from darkness to, I don't know, the sun is up or something. It's becoming day. And Numenor arrives. Woohoo! And they do this weird chain thing here that I just found weird. Let me see if I can find it. So the first two people that arrive on their horseback, they just kind of have like a chain between them, and they just use it to domino like a bunch of the orcs. Just use it as crowd control. It's really weird. I really don't know why they decided to do that. So yeah, here, have a look. See here. What? Look at this. Bling, 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 bling. And then it detaches from the right one. And I guess that's gonna inconvenience them for a couple of seconds. Seems a bit reckless. I don't know. What if you get stuck on them, or you decide to go through too many of them and they just hold it or something? I don't know. Seems like a bad idea to do that. Or you just get yeeted off the horse when it gets stuck on something. I don't know. So that's a good question actually here in chat. How did they get there so quick? How did they know which village to go to? I don't know. If they mentioned it in another episode, I missed it. But as far as I know, they just wanted to go to the Southlands. And the Southlands are pretty big. So they just happened to decide to go there in immediately to this village specifically. Because there's a bunch of villages they could check out. Get there in one day from Numenor. Well, we get the time frame from where they are currently. So this is like the whole problem again with the timing, with the timeline of the happenings. So we get in the beginning of this episode, we get Elendil talking to the queen. It's like, yeah, from here it's like a day of sailing into the lands, and then a day of riding to wherever they decide to go, which seems to be here. So that's 2 days. How long they need for the rest of the 1,900 miles, I don't know. And how that all checks out with the times we've seen here, I have absolutely no clue. This is what I keep saying every time I talk about the show. I just don't know if the timings they established make any sense at all. And I have a strong feeling it doesn't. Big feeling it doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, they basically just slaughter the enemies more or less. I don't think anything gets killed here. And then we get Galadriel, I think. I think that's right now. I think this is where she dodges the first arrow. Because she does it twice in this episode on horseback, really weirdly. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is really weird. I thought this is kind of weird from like the way they shot it. So she here, the way the camera is positioned, we see her right from left to right, falling so far. But the next time we see her, she comes from the right. She goes from right to left. So I don't know why they choose to do that. Just kind of confusing. So yeah, because we get this lad, you know, goes like, "Ooh, I'm gonna shoot the elf." There's more frames than I thought it would be. And then he goes like, "Whoop! Oh, look out, guys! There it comes, there it comes." Dude. Whoa! And then she does this. She killed VLC. That's what she did. I'm losing my mind, man. I can't anymore. Even VLC is like, stop it. Just make it end. I don't want to play this no more. So, this is a horse? And this too? Oh god, hang on. Let me pause at a better moment. VLC is trying to save us, but we don't have that luxury here. So yeah, she goes like upside down. And she cuts that orc. This orc's head off. And goes back up. What a weird way to... Why? Just make her kill things from horseback. It's not that hard. The other ones are doing it. Why do you need to make it so weird? She's so awesome. Just created a glitch art NFTs. How many are you selling it for? That sweet stab twist gut she did. I know, right? Fucking epic. So yeah, I think this is like the scene that's been going around Twitter. I think that's the one I've seen. She does it again later on, which is George's Nathan, where she goes to the left down again. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the only orc she kills in this whole fight, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe like 2 or 3 more before she gets to Arendir. I'm gonna have a look-see here while I'll talk more about this. So yeah, it's just fight. It's just kind of lame. There's nothing special about it. It's not the worst thing ever, but you know, it's not the best thing by a wide shot. It's just kind of meh. I don't really care about it. I guess this one orc is trying to kill this one guy, and he keeps just keeps slashing him, and then Isildur's bestest friendo in the world. He's wrecking some shit. Then we see Isildur hanging out with the queen on top of the hill, looking at the fight. And he's just kind of chilling there. And then the queen looks at him and says, "Go." And then he goes down to the fight. Which is a fucking pointless scene, if you ask me. What's the point? Why did that happen? Isn't he supposed to be the stable boy? Shouldn't he be back in the fucking... whatever the shits? I don't know. Wherever they put their horses when they're done fighting. Fucking weird. Dumb scene. No reason to be here. Elendil is getting swarmed by orcs somehow. We don't know. We don't see how it happens. He's just getting swarmed by orcs. And his son man Isildur, Jesus, wants to help him, but Halbrand throws a spear at one of the orcs, and that helps him. Yeah, and then we see Galadriel talking to Arondir in... Oh no, she isn't killing anyone here. She was just riding around. Yeah, she talks to Arondir, and Arondir's like, "Hey, don't let that guy over there go." No, hang on, I'm missing something. Not that it matters, but she's like, "Oh, who's the commander of this army?" And he just points over to Adar, who's just about to leave. He's like, "Don't let him leave with this item he has. It's important." And she's like, "Alrighty." And then she rides after him. So she killed... Considering all she wants to do is kill so many orcs, she kills one orc in this whole scene, which is kind of funny. And I think that's what... Oh yeah, this guy... We get another one of those things. This orky boy is throwing a spear. And she does this again. Whoa! And then VLC doesn't want to do it anymore. So yeah, she dodges this way again. She can't do anything like a normal person. Oh yeah, Theo looks in awe at Galadriel. He's like, "Oh, who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, she's the commander of the Northern Army." Whatever, who gives a shit? So yeah, Galadriel chases after Adar. And we also see that Halbrand, like a minute-ish after Galadriel and Adar are off, he starts chasing after them. And like, oh, what's going to happen here? And it's going to be really weird. So Galadriel chases Adar on her horse and even gives it like a 6 speed buff with her elven speak and everything, but she can't quite reach him. And oh yeah, this chase scene takes like a minute and a half or something. So, which is here's the interesting part. They've been riding around for ages. And we now just have to assume they went in a circle, because all of a sudden, Halbrand, who started chasing after them like a minute or two after, rides towards them. How did that happen? How did he keep up with them? How did he catch up to them? He teleported. Ah. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there again. Rostico managed it. Why not Halbrand? The Marion stood on the ships. I'm sure they can make breakfast, cook up some eggs. Galadriel kills orcs. Like, Galadriel kills orcs. So you're gonna have one egg. So yeah, he's suddenly in front of them, even though they were doing like the whole chase and she used the speed buff and everything. Time and space are subjective in the show. Ah, I see. So yeah. So Halbrand trips up Adar's horse. And he just falls down. And yeah, I don't think any of this works the way they did it. Like the way he gets in front of them somehow. No clue how that works. And Halbrand gets to him first and is about to kill him, but Galadriel stops him. Because Adar asks if he... Oh, who are you? Did I cause someone you love pain? Like a woman? Or a child, perhaps? And then Galadriel tells him he needs him alive. Or something. It's like, you can't quench your thirst by drinking salt water. Remember when she said that earlier? Or he, or whoever said that? I forgot. But yeah, we cut away. He's not been killed by Halbrand. And then we get like a pretty long scene between Galadriel and Adar. Oh yeah, before that, Isildur and the homies join Galadriel's company to follow the orcs that apparently escaped or something. Nobody cares. So, basically what happens is, Adar tells Galadriel that he killed Sauron, but she won't believe it. And he mocks her, saying, because I did what your entire army couldn't do. And then she says that he doesn't believe her, that he's the sole master of these orcs. And And it says, they don't have a master, they're all free and have a heart and a name, and they were all created by the one, same as you, and they deserve to live. So, okay. She then says that, no, they're a mockery, and your kind shouldn't have existed and stuff. I will hunt them all down, but will let you live, and kill you last. Fucking psycho. God, just being a psycho again. Like, it's a complete mystery to me how we get to the Galadriel we know from the trilogy. So yeah, she tells her that apparently there are other elves that succumb to... Oh, he tells her that apparently there are other elves that succumb to the darkness, and maybe her quest should have ended by a look at the mirror. And she yells that she should start by killing you and slavering orc something when it gets up by Hellbrand. Yeah. Oh yeah, we also get to learn that Adar is from a race of elves that has been captured by Morgoth and twisted and tortured, which made them evil. And they call them the Moriondor, the Sons of the Dark, the first orcs. And Adar says that their kind prefers Uruks. And apparently Sauron was looking for something, a dark knowledge that even kept itself hidden from him, and he needed that to succeed in whatever he tries to do. So apparently he's like one of Morgoth's twisted elves that has been captured or something. And he's one of the first orcs, because, you know, like, orcs are like, I don't know, mutated elves or something, is the lore or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the actual lore. Why not have him twirl his mustache and say, "Mwahaha"? Time and space, no power here. Metalcommander, Saruman probably. If Adar wants to make the case that orcs are alright, maybe start with making a nice village of farming first, maybe not going straight to killing and burning. But killing and burning is cool. Orc life matter, guys. Urukai are corrupted elves. Okay. Don't worry about the lore metal. Rings of Power doesn't care anyway. Fair enough. Where's the trigger? Where is it? You wouldn't give it to an ordinary citizen. On a farm? And those elves went to form the band Twisted Sister. Yeah. That's that. And there's actually not that much episode left, because most of it was just fighting, and everything I told you is what happens, and there's not much to speculate. Then we see that Hellbrand and Galadriel talk after he stopped her. They're still going on here. And they basically say that they thought they might be able to free their feelings from fighting the orcs and stuff, but they both realized during the last fight that wouldn't be a thing they would be able to do, I guess, until they actually quenched the evil for good. And then the Queen Regent wants to talk to Hellbrand. And blah, blah, blah. Bronwyn, who is pretty much fine. Like, she looks pretty good considering how much blood she lost in that last scene. She goes up to the queen and says, "Hey, thank you for saving me. Because of you, we're all alive." And she's like, "Nah, it's because of you that they're alive." And Bronwyn tells her this was not a burden she sought out. And the queen says, "Well, most fine leaders don't. We're so amazing. We have to keep telling ourselves that we're all so fucking amazing." It's so lame when you keep sucking the dicks at each other. It's like, "Oh, you're amazing. No, you're amazing." And then Hellbrand arrives, and Bronwyn sees the king's satchel, or whatever that fucking thing is. Like, "Is it true? Are you the king we have been promised?" And he hesitates, says, "Yes." And everyone's like, "Yeah! Booze! Let's get fucked up!" So I guess he now wants to be a king again, even though stuff. But Theo. Theo doesn't look so happy while everyone is happy. That sounds like our Theo. It's just, fucking gassy as shit. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, Arondir goes to talk to him and he says, I don't even feel defeat. I feel lost. I felt powerful with that blade in my hand. Arondir tells him to get rid of it for good. And Theo asks him, How do I do that? And he says, Here, give it to Numenor for them to toss it overboard on their voyage home. And he opens it and sees that it's not even the hilt anymore. It's been a ruse. Waldrag has it. What? That's wow, what shenanigans. And then earlier, before the fight started, as I mentioned, Adar gave him a task. And it seems that the task was to get the hilt away from here and get it to a literal keyhole. It's actually a keyhole. I was joking. I was joking that it's gonna... I wasn't joking. I said, it's probably not gonna be a literal keyhole. It's probably gonna be the key he needs to do some kind of ritual and stab some people in the face. No, he puts it in a keyhole on the ground. It's a key. It is a key. I thought this whole... It's so weird. We do this whole thing. It's the whole thing where you need to put blood on the thing and whatnot. So I was like, so you probably have like to kill a certain person, or you need to kill a certain amount of people and power up the sword to become like activated, and then you can use its powers to fuck everything up. No, that you just stab yourself, it becomes a blade, and then you can use it as a keyhole. And what this does is it opens up a dam, and the dam is somehow connected to the hole they dug. I might need to check back on the other episodes, because I'm actually not entirely sure where the fuck this is right now, where he puts this in, but it's a dam that seems to be connected to this big ass trench they built. Wait, no. Hang on. Is this just straight up the same fucking place? Hang on. Is this the place where they were? Where they fought? Where they broke the tower? Is that the same place? Am I going insane? Did I just not notice the fucking water all over the place? Is this where the tower was? Chat, help. Chat, help me. Chat, help. I don't know where we are. I think it's the same place. Okay. So, anyway, it just... Oh, hang on. I should probably... No, because this scene, everything just starts to tremble. And then we see some floodgates open, and there's like water everywhere. No, okay, now... Okay, here you can see it all the way. Okay, now... Okay. This is where the tower was. This is where they walked. Wow, if you see this close up, look at this. So the tower fell here, and it crushed everything down here. So I guess people that were here were fine, which is interesting because we saw all the flames go out from the bottom view we saw, like basically starting here, right? So I don't know how that worked out. Unless some of them just stop down here and get crushed. You know what? Whatever, it's fine. That's fine. Need the hilt for this because special magic. So yeah, he's using it on his literal keyhole, and he opens some big old floodgates, and it floods the whole path through the trenches and the tunnel systems. Oh yeah, while this is happening, Isildur and Elendil have a father-son moment. Nobody gives a shit. We've had like 10 minutes of on-screen time for both of them, so fuck off. But yeah, turning the switch makes a bunch of explosions. The water that splurges through the tunnels they dug explodes the ground in watery explosions. And it seems like the plan all along was to make the volcano erupt. So this thing, they build a hole into the volcano, and now they splurge it all with water. And the volcano is now angry. It's like, no, I don't like water. I'm made out of fire. And now the volcano goes like, blah, 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 boom. Will that happen? Like, I legit don't know. That's like a legitimate question. I don't know if anyone has any idea how. I mean, I guess it would do an explosion. Maybe? I don't know. Fucking mosquito. Fuck off. I don't think so. Volcanotisms. I mean, it's a big amount of water, so I don't know. Did I get it? I don't know. This mosquito is distracting me. Go fly somewhere else. Steam can cause explosion, but not like this. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's probably what I was thinking of. So yeah, I don't know if this checks out. I don't know. I would need to check this out. I'm not no geo expert. So yeah, now the volcano explodes and yeah, shit gets fucked up. There's debris everywhere. If water went into a vent underneath or something, then maybe. Okay. And yeah, Galadriel is like kind of looking around. Okay, guys, listen. Guys, everybody is dead. The show's over. The trilogy doesn't exist anymore. They're all fucked. They're all dead, man. They died. Do you know how hot this shit is? This boils you alive. You're fucked. Look at this. It's coming closer and closer, and Galadriel's like, I can take this. It's fine. I have a tempest in my tummy. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, everything is splurged, unless this is gonna be like a vision or something. There's no way out of this. Look at this. This is why the title has a lot of fighting, and then she gets melted. She's fucked. GG. They're all dead. It doesn't matter where you hide. They're all dead. I'm very curious to see what they do in the next episode. But yeah, this is how the episode ends. Not melted, she would turn into ash statue. Yeah. But I was a little bit going for the Loki meme with the melted, so I took melted. Yeah. As can understand extremely high temperature. It's canon now. The Cheeto volcano. No. Farewell to Galadriel, you garbage character. Yeah, and so the fight of how did Az put it? The fight of balls deep. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah. Lame. Really lame. Second one, when she jumped into the ocean, but they had a satisfying explanation for that. Let's trust what they're doing. I don't know, man. That's what's going on. I mean, I would like to add something, but I don't know. I don't even know where we go from here. So it looks like they took a big fat L after doing all this work. She's probably dead. Everyone should be dead now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. It's fucking weird. I guess the next episode we're gonna see. We're probably gonna see a lot of Harfoot stuff, aren't we? No, I don't want to see Harfoots. Oh, please no. We probably have to focus on Harfoots and Elrond and the dwarves. Yeah. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we don't see her at all. And oh, you know what might happen? We get a focus on the Harfoots and Elrond and the dwarves. And the cliffhanger of the episode is that the whole thing where they migrate to has turned to ash. And then somehow our main characters all survived. I have a feeling that is exactly what's gonna happen. Stop. No. I will not stop. Well, there you go. That's that episode. God, I can't wait for this all to be for all of this to be over. I'm so done with this. I'm so uninvested in this. Not in front of my chorizo. Oh no. Kind of uses teleportation to save Galadriel. I think the Balrog is next episode. Can't wait for the thing to turn out to be gay. It's a misunderstood creature, you know. They're normally quite docile. Man, what a crazy show. What a crazy show. No refunds indeed. Yeah, I wonder if they will actually go through with making multiple seasons. Didn't they say they wanted to make like 5 seasons or some bullshit? So that's probably not gonna happen. The lads on Night Watch were reeing from the stupid in this episode to watch shower taken down, man. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but I said last time when I covered the last episode, because they were looking up the towers, like, you better not fucking bring down the tower, and that somehow saves you. And that is the first thing they do. The tower that has a singular point of failure. What a piss take. What an absolute piss take. Jesus Christ. How dumb. I want to watch actual Lord of the Rings. Man, I need... Let me look up on my calendar. How many more? Oh, it's only 2. Oh, 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of Shulk and Rings of Power. 2 more weeks of that shit. And after that, I could maybe watch something good like Edge Runners or something. That sounds like a good idea. And also get Rags to do get a date going with Rags for the Forge episode we wanted to do for a while now. I don't know how long Andor goes. But yeah, Nira is only 8 episodes. She won't be around next week. Watch the extended trilogy every other week now, even if it's an ear audience. Nice. Cleanse your play with OG Lord of the Ring trilogy. I think I'm gonna ask Mutually if he wants to watch it when I'm over. Just have like a Lord of the Rings marathon. Just get drunk and watch those things. Man, it actually sounds really good. That sounds like a fucking great idea. Just chill on the couch, get fucked up drunk, and watch Lord of the Rings. Have some food. God. Is it December yet? I want to do that. If he says no, I'm going to beat him up. Brand new movie, Lord of the Ring trilogy. I want that. Yeah, just with me and Mutually. Oh, man. Oh, I read that already. But yeah, that's that. In case you guys are wondering, there's no Andor coverage tomorrow because we are behind on the EFAP reactions, and Mutually is still working on them edits and stuff for the other episodes. So there's probably going to be an Andor next Saturday for 2 episodes. So you can look out for that. So it's going to be triple Forge once again next episode. Wonder if I haven't heard anyone talk about Andor, like, at all. I just noticed. I realized that comes out at the same day as She-Hulk does, but I don't think anyone talked about the last Andor episode. That that makes me worried that they will not take advantage of the fine baseline they set. Yeah, so I don't know. There you go. That's what's up. So I'm gonna go read the super chats and then I will be out of here. 4 more seasons of this. Ugh. Let's see here. Supers. We got 1 super chat. Let me read it. Press the all. And everyone died from the pyroclastic flow. Oh no! Anyway, that's a good end. That's I like that. That's good stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. You can go all watch Mupshly now. He's playing God of War. Go check that shit out. I will go chill out there for a little bit and probably just chill out here on my PC and maybe on the couch. So yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats, and all the good stuff. Appreciate ya, and I'll catch you tomorrow for Silent Hill. Probably like late afternoon. I'm gonna start sometime before EFAP. I'm gonna start and then probably just stream throughout the night until I get sleepy or something. So yeah, should be good fun. Go come check that out. And I will catch you on the flip side. Let me just make sure this is not getting unlisted after. No. Okay. Goodbye.